Hey guys, so my son and I are headed to go glean a field. If you do not know what gleaning a field is, it is basically you get permission from a farmer to get their produce after they've already harvested, because a lot of times it's still in the dirt. So we're going to go glean a potato farm, and then we are going to come back and make a few different kinds of French fries. And yes, I know my car is so dirty right now, but it has not rained, so my car has not had a shower yet. Just kidding. So we are going to make French fries without the deep fryer, just because that's how I grew up with my French fries. And yes, I have a deep fryer, but it's easier and it tastes really good. So let's get started. Hey guys, we are here cleaning the fields for potatoes. Alright guys, so we only had time to stay about 10-15 minutes because we had to make it to my son's football game. But we still got a nice big box, Costco size, full of potatoes. So let's go on in the house and get started on making French fries. Okay, so the reason why I'm making a few different kinds of French fries, because you may not have all the tools I have, but either way, French fries are really easy. The first tool I'm using, basically you just clamp it down, and this one is to make curly fries. Make sure you wash your potatoes first, and then you just take your potato and kind of shove it in like that. And then with this one, you do not need to peel the potatoes because it already does. And then you just kind of do this. And it kind of cores it too, so you can also, with the inside, turn those into French fries too. And then you can see it turns it into curly fries, and you just want to keep doing that. And then you take this piece off. And this is like another big fry, which is really good and tasty too. And then you want to just keep doing that until you have as many as you want. So I'm going to do it again, just so you can see. Go further, okay, and then just shove it in there, and then do it again. This tool is so handy. Off again, and it's curly fries. Alright, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, and so this tool is actually a French fry cutter. So it also clamps down like the other tool does. See, and it doesn't come off. Make sure you have little potatoes for this one too, and you can peel the skin off of it, or you can leave it in, and you just take this and you can just shove it through. Use some muscle, and then they turn into little French fries. So they're kind of like McDonald's French fries, and they are pretty fun. So like I said, if you want them a little more like McDonald's French fries, just peel the skin off of it. Alright, so now we are going to move on to the next one. And then lastly, we are going to just make the basic steak fries. You want to get the potatoes that are a little bit bigger. If you don't have them, that's fine. And the reason for this is just in case you don't have any of those other tools. These are just easy to make. So you basically just cut them up in thicker chunks, because steak fries are thicker. And so you just want to cut them so they're nice and thick. They got a lot of meat on them, you know. See, and they're perfect. And of course you do not have to take the skin off of it, or you can. It doesn't matter either way. Steak fries a lot of times has a skin on it, and you just want to cut them till, and of course you can cut them smaller if you want, and you don't want to do the basic steak fries and you just want to do regular fries. This also works. This is how I always grew up with French fries. My dad would always make steak fries with the hamburgers he would make up. So this is how I grew up with French fries. And look looks pretty good. Okay, so we have all the French fries, the different variety. We have our regular McDonald's French fries with the cool tool we used. We have our curly fries, which we also used with the other cool tool, which also made these really cool thick French fries. And then we have just our basic steak fries that you can just do yourself with a knife. And they do hold moisture, so you want to take a napkin and put it in the bottom just to kind of get some of the moisture out before you heat up the oil. Alright, so let's get started on cooking the fries. So now what you'll want to get is some vegetable shortening. It does not matter the brand. And you'll want to start putting it in a nice big pan. Make sure it is a big pan where nothing will spill over. And just melt it down. I put mine on medium heat just because my burner gets really hot. If your burner does not get really hot, obviously put it on higher. But vegetable shortening gets really hot also. Just put enough in where it will cover your fries, and every time you make another batch you probably will need to add a little bit more vegetable shortening because it does come out when you're taking the French fries out. Okay, so make sure this melts down, and once it melts down then you can start putting the fries in. Okay, so the vegetable shortening is all melted, and how you tell whether the oil is hot enough where you can put the French fries in is you kind of test it out with one French fry, and if it starts kind of like bubbling and boiling, you can hear the sound, then it is hot enough to put in. So we are going to start out with the McDonald's French fries. Alright guys, so we are going to start out with putting the McDonald's French fries in, simply because they are smaller and they will cook up faster. So I use one of these handy tools because I do not want to burn myself. And just put them all in. Okay, so make sure they are all submerged in the oil. It will bubble up, so they will probably be more submerged than what you realize, or you can always add more. Alright guys, so while the French fries are cooking up, do you want to hear a really bad story? You don't? Oh, you do? Okay, I heard you wrong. So when I was in high school, I decided that I was gonna make French fries just like I grew up with. I wasn't living at my parents' house, and I kind of wanted to make something that my dad always made. So I ended up using a pan that was a little too small. It was really thin, and so it did not work for cooking up the French fries, and it ended up catching on fire. And my friend that I lived with, she's like, oh, well, just use some water. And I'm like, no, I don't think we're supposed to use water for electrical fires. And she's like, well, what do you use? I'm like, I don't know. Well, luckily her dad came running in and took some salt and poured it on the fire. So lesson learned that if you ever have like a house fire, electrical fire, never use water. Always use like salt or baking soda. That will get the fire out and won't cause a bigger fire. So that's what happened to me. So let's see how these are looking. All right, these are looking better. You want to give it a good stir. And we want to cook these up till they are a little golden brown. You can cook them up even longer if you like them super crispy. If you don't like them crispy, you can basically just cook them up till they're soft. I like them a little brown. Okay, so the French fries are almost done, and we want to get our bowl ready. So you want to take some paper towels and put them in a bowl. This will absorb the extra oil that is on the French fries. Alright, so that's good enough. And let's take the French fries out. Alright, so I just took the French fries out and put them in, of course, the paper towels in the bowl. And then right away you want to get some seasoned salt or regular salt, whatever you prefer, and put it on it while they are still hot and warm, so then you can kind of mix it together and it sticks to all your French fries. Okay, so if you want your McDonald's French fries even more like McDonald's French fries, add sugar to them. That's what McDonald's does. They add sugar to their French fries just like they add sugar to their salads, etc. But for this video I'm not going to add sugar to it because it's
It's already unhealthy enough.
And this is what they look like. And now we are ready to put the other fries in. Okay, so the oil is still hot, and now we are gonna put the steak fries in, and be very careful because the second batch is hotter. So make sure you put them in carefully. Okay, and just move them around so they all get in the oil. And like I said, if you need to add more vegetable shortening, you may at this point. Alright, so these look perfect. So you kind of want to do the same thing where you get the grease off and put them in a dry paper towel to get the grease off. And then, of course, season them as well, right when they get out, so the salt sticks to it. Okay, so now for the last fun one, the curly fries. And of course, these cool ones too. Just put them all in. And once again, if you need more oil, put them in at this point. Ooh. And the oil gets hotter the longer you have it on. Okay, so repeat the last process, of course. And this is the last batch of the French fries. Alright guys, so now we have the curly and the little fun inner. We have the McDonald's French fries, and we have the steak fries. They turned out great. And now I'm going to show you a quick recipe on what I like to do with the McDonald's French fries. Alright guys, so we're going to make some chili cheese fries. In my house, I always have leftover chili, so you just want to go and put some chili on it. You can use any brand of chili, it does not matter. If you want to make homemade chili like me, I'll put a link down in the description box so you can know how to make your own chili from scratch. So you want to just cover a good amount. And then I like to take some pepper jack cheese. If you do not like pepper jack cheese, you can use cheddar cheese or whatever cheese you prefer. This just gives it a nice little kick. So you're gonna go ahead and do that, and also a good amount. And this is also a good like appetizer for guests or for your football party or whatever else. And then you want to just go and put it in the microwave. Okay, so I'm just gonna put it in the microwave for about a minute until all the cheese melts. And then if you happen to have green onions, go ahead and pick them. The awesome thing about green onions, you only really need to buy them from the store once, and then they continue to grow if you keep them in water. So I'm just gonna pick some and then wash it. Okay, and then take some sour cream, sprinkle it on top. Now take your green onions, and after you wash them, cut them up and put them on here. All right, that's all there is to it. Alright guys, are you jealous? I hope you are, so you go home and make this recipe. They are so easy to make. You'll never have to buy them again. Alright, for the chili cheese fries. You don't have to use a spoon either. They're so good. Cheesy goodness, sour cream. Maybe I won't use my spoon. Dip them in. So good. So good, guys. Thanks so much for watching this video and going on the journey to glean the fields. I hope you do it where you live. Bye, guys.